is a beautiful start to the morning in North Texas. We have unseasonably warm temperatures on the way, but enjoy it while it lasts. This afternoon and this evening, there's going to be the potential for maybe a few thunderstorms that could be severe across parts of North Texas. So let's get into that forecast. Welcome to the daily forecast segment. I'm Joshua Weisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios on this beautiful Wednesday. Weather alert day tag is in place because there's the potential for thunderstorms between 3 o'clock tonight and 2 a.m. Overnight tonight as well. So 3 o'clock this afternoon, into 2 o'clock overnight. With partly sunny skies today and a high of 76 in Dallas-Fort Worth, slightly warmer to the west near Graham. We're expecting a high of 79, and then storms are possible this late afternoon into this evening. So let's show you the look at the forecast for overnight tonight, and we do have thunderstorm tags over the icons, and that's because there's a potential for thunderstorms across parts of the area at least through 2 a.m., but this is not going to affect the morning commute, so don't worry about that. Our lows overnight tonight are going to be in the mid to upper 30s as that system moves through overnight to early tomorrow morning. So 38 in Dallas, 37 in Fort Worth. And then areas to the west where the system, has already moved through, we're going to be below freezing in Graham with a low of 31. Much bigger cool downs on the way for the afternoon highs tomorrow, so stay tuned for the extended forecast here in a little bit. I'll show you those highs in just a second. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the overall risk today. And here's our risk, and as you can see, we have a 2 out of 5 slight risk for a large portion of North Texas. It's pretty much split 50-50 down the middle for that severe weather threat across North Texas. And then when you see the green, that is the low marginal risk for storms. That is going to be for the risk of severe storms this afternoon and into this evening. There is a potential that earlier in the afternoon, closer to 3 o'clock, there could be some storms that fire up in parts of North Texas. Now, the greatest risk looks to be pretty much for areas along and to the east of I-35, but earlier in the afternoon, we could see storms fire up slightly west of I-35, and then we'll be watching those for discrete activity that could produce large damaging hail up to maybe 2 inches in diameter, damaging winds 60 to 70 miles an hour, and of course, maybe even an isolated tornado or two. So the reason that there is there's questions to the forecast of if we see thunderstorms later in the afternoon or earlier in the afternoon is because we have a cap in place. I'm sure many of you have heard of this before. We hear it all the time here in North Texas. It is a cap or capping inversion, which is a layer of warm, stable air just above the surface. It separates the warm, unstable air from reaching the colder air aloft and mixing and creating thunderstorms. It acts as a lid. If we see storms that are able to break that cap earlier in the afternoon, we would see scattered severe storms across North Texas earlier in the day, and there could be even some slightly better coverage of those storms depending on how this plays out later this afternoon. But as it looks right now, not everyone in North Texas is going to see severe weather, especially if you are just to the west of I-35. We're watching the storm very carefully and the system, so stay tuned for updates. Download the Weather 225 mobile app today. We'll send out push notifications if anything happens with the cap, so make sure that you download that and stay tuned for updates. Moving on to our high-resolution Futurecast radar, we're going to show you where storms could develop this afternoon and into this evening, starting around 2 o'clock. And as you can see, it's quiet across North Texas, not a whole lot of activity going on. But check out as we get closer to 4 o'clock, we're going to move to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see potentially these storms initiate potentially in western North Texas, just to the west of I-35. And then look at how quickly these develop as they continue to push east. We'll even see potentially some scattered isolated thunderstorm activity ahead of it in eastern North Texas. And we'll be watching these. These could be severe if they are able to reach those limits. We could also see the risk for large damaging hail, isolated tornadoes, and even some severe winds of 60 to 70. So we're going to be watching that 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Eventually, these storms should be outside of the coverage counties by around 2 o'clock overnight tonight. So there's a look at the Futurecast radar, and we'll show you the extended forecast coming up now. So here's a look at that extended 7-day planner for North Texas. Severe risk overnight tonight by around 2 a.m. is probably the latest it would be. So we're watching for the potential between roughly 3 o'clock this afternoon to 2 o'clock tonight. And then we will have a much bigger cool down. That's what I mentioned earlier for Thursday. We're talking highs around potentially 48. And in addition to that, we're also talking potentially a low of 30. So we could see a freeze across North Texas tomorrow night into early Friday. And then look at that, is going to be a beautiful rest of the week into the weekend with mostly sunny skies Saturday and Sunday, with highs gradually warming back closer to 70 by Sunday. And then additional thunderstorm chances will arrive once again, at least potentially Monday into Tuesday. So we're watching that next round of thunderstorms for next week. Can't say if those are severe. Right now they look just like general springtime thunderstorms. But for now, we're going to get through the severe risk for today into late tonight. So we're going to be watching those carefully. We'll let you know if anything changes. So make sure you download that free Weather 225 mobile app today for push notification alerts if anything changes. For anyone with storm-related anxiety, take it from someone who grew up with that. We're not saying any of this to make you afraid of the forecast or make you worried throughout the day today. We want to let you know that there is a risk in place. And the more that you prepare, the more that you know that there is a severe risk in place, the less you're caught off guard, the less you can worry about it, because you know that there is a risk in place. You know that there is the potential between these times, and you're ready for it. The more that you are aware of the forecast, the less scary it is, or at least in my opinion, that's how I kind of grew out of my storm anxiety, is the more I was ready, the more I knew, the easier it was and the less scary it was. Also, to ease any fears, not everyone in North Texas is going to see severe storms. It's just that there is a risk for a large portion of our North Texas coverage area that someone could see these storms this afternoon into this evening. We just want you to be aware so you're not caught off guard. So we're keeping an eye on the forecast. Not everyone's going to see severe weather, but that doesn't mean that you let your guard down today. Stay weather alert, stay tuned to the forecast, make sure you download that free Weather 225 mobile app, and we'll keep you ahead of the storms. Also, make sure you call our friends at MyPro Construction and Roofing. Give them a call or click today. Refer Weather 225. They do a million cool things for roofs on commercial buildings, homes. They do skylights and a bunch of other cool things. So make sure you call them if you need a replacement roof or if you need repairs done to the roof of your home or commercial building. Stay tuned for forecast updates throughout the day. Stay tuned to the live channel, the free app, and more. And we hope that you have a fantastic day.
Sun, rain, blistering heat, freezing cold, and Texas storms can damage the roof on your home or commercial building. For a free inspection, call the experts at MyPro Construction and Roofing. They're a DFW-based Platinum preferred roofing contractor with Owens Corning and Tilcor stone-coated steel. Fully insured. Ask about the MyPro difference.
Due to recent storms, MyPro has boots on the ground ready to help you.
For a free roof inspection, go to myproconstruction.com.
For my home, it's MyPro.
Whether it's sunny, stormy, or snowy in North Texas, be sure to download our free Weather 225 mobile app.